He goes by T-REV, so we'll call him that as well, and he joins us now. Thank you very much for coming with your splendid YOLO hat on. You only live once.
I count my blessings for the days when I was down and losing faith. They made me patient. All I can say is thank you. I really wouldn't be the same if I ain't gone through all the pain. Look what it made me. All I can say is thank you.
Sometimes you got to have parent meetings. You got to pull parents in and say, "Hey, these kids are butting heads. This is going on." They're, but Xana was so charismatic. She was so funny. She was that everybody just loved her, and she truly loved everybody. So she pulled that team together. It was that anyway, and it didn't matter what level you were on. You were a flip factory gymnast. You were on Xana's team. You were part of the mix, and that was by far those years were the closest knit team that I ever coached, and that was because of her.
That's impressive. That's impressive. Self-taught. So she came in and already had skills down. I mean, what would you say she knew the most, like when she came in? Could she backflip already and do all that?
Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, so I mean, she didn't. Not too many people have a set of uneven bars in their house. So, but the thing is, yeah, she came in and floor was easy. Balance beam. I know that that was another thing. Gma said she struggled with balance beam. No, she didn't. She dominated balance beam. She was really good. She's absolutely, and so those were things that you could work on without having equipment at your house. So she was really good at balance beam. She was really good at floor exercise already. We just had to clean them up a little bit. And then because she understood her body so well, teaching her the bars and the other stuff, it just came easy for her.
What would you say for you and you too, Sydney? What was the most, or like, what's the best or most funny memory you have of Xana?
I don't know, a funny one. I don't know if it would be my favorite, but we were just talking about it the other day. We came across a picture of like a team bonding thing that we had. Mm-hmm. For some reason, I couldn't go, and they decided to prank call me because I was stuck at home. And she's the one that called me. I don't know why, because she was the one I was closest to. But she talked like a man and was like, "Hey, you look really cute right now." And I instantly, from the sound of her voice, I knew it was her. And I was like, "Hi, Xana, thanks," or something. And just, we all died laughing about it. But just why they had my best friend call me to prank call me didn't work out. But
they picked the wrong cat. No, that's and yeah, Xana. I think some of my fondest memories of Xana was when I had to get after her at the gym. Because here's the only reason I ever had to get on Xana. It wasn't because she wasn't working hard. It was because she was having too much fun, if that makes any sense.
Right. She
would be doing something that had everybody in stitches. And so I'd have to say, and I called her Kernodle. That was my nickname for her. In fact, I had a hard time at the funeral because I tried to mention all the family members during the eulogy. Right. I kept trying to call them Kernodle instead of Kernodle because I never said Kernodle. She was Kernodle. So I'd have to say, "Hey, Kernodle, hey, I'm glad you're having a good time, but we need to get focused." And those are always fun. And then I remember my wife telling me not too long ago that one of her funniest memories of Xana was, and Sydney and her were talking about it, is that one time we were at a competition and we'd all warmed up and we were getting ready to do floor, and Xana was next up to go. And Xana looks over at Sydney and says, "Sydney, we haven't warmed up yet." Sydney's like, "Yes, you did, go." And she went out there and so she was a little bit absent-minded but she went out there and dominated that floor exercise. I mean, because that's just so yeah, we could go on for days talking about the funny memories of her. And
it was in the live too, somebody asking if we thought it could be one of our parents, this Gma. And I just want to say that up until like all of your donations came in, we were planning on all of our donations not going to our families at the gym. We were sending it all to the college. And he actually reached out to Jasmine, and Jasmine said she wanted us to then keep some of it for a kid at the gym. So that's when we decided to do it. So none of our team parents would have ever known that we were keeping any of the funds in the gym until after this happened. So there's no way it came from anyone trying to get the money.
And I could shed some light on that too. I actually did a lot of research on this lady, and actually found there was a Facebook page for a long time coach in Spokane. His name was Mike Armstrong. He was a longtime owner. Sorry, I don't mean to put my hand in Cindy's face. But he was a longtime owner of Northwest Gymnastics in Spokane Valley, Washington, and he had started struggling with cancer, and so this Facebook was a page put together to help him raise money for that. And she had commented back in there, same picture, same name, same sign-in information as the what she did on your YouTube, and had commented about thanking him for all the love and support that he had given their daughter over the years. So no, this lady lives in Spokane. Her name's Patty. She lives in Spokane. She, for much of her life, lived in Gig Harbor over by Seattle, but she's now in Spokane, and her granddaughters went to Northwest Gymnastics in Spokane Valley, Washington. And yeah, so our gym probably competed with Northwest maybe 2 or 3 times throughout the 12 competitions or so we do every year. And so, yeah, she's probably been in the same room as Xana, but she's never met Xana. But no, she wasn't one of our parents looking for something. And I know one of your other live participants last week had asked if I had, and I thank you for defending me, but if I had waited to tell you about this until the GoFundMe shot up. And,
oh man, that made me bad. I don't know if I got mad, but I was like mad about it. I'm like,
well, there's so many people out there that are trying to work angles, and so I get the question. But here's what happened. Wednesday is when you guys did the live. Wednesday, July 5th, Xana's birthday, Xana Palooza. That's when you guys did the live. Thursday is when this lady started sending us messages, and I was like, what is this all about? And it wasn't until Thursday night when I started getting notifications from the GoFundMe, and it had been dormant for a while. I hadn't even looked at it in a long time because we got a little bit initially, and then it kind of cooled off. Well, all of a sudden, that day, Wednesday night, Thursday, and into Friday, that thing raised like more money than we'd raised the entire time in 24 hours. But anyway, Thursday is when she started sending us the messages. And then Thursday, when I went that evening and looked at the GoFundMe, I saw your name all over it. And I found the video Thursday night. And that's when I first watched it, sent it to Sydney. My wife and I watched it together. And then Friday morning, very early in the morning when I got up for work, is when I sent you that message saying, hey, thank you so much for doing this, but something's not right. So yeah, no, there was nothing shady on our part, but we certainly appreciate the Rev gang because, yeah, Journey, I got to tell you.
Yeah, I wanted you. That's another thing I was going to, because I know people want to ask about that, but tell them about Journey.
Well, Journey is a super talented athlete, much like Xana was, and super hardworking, super fun-loving. When you walk into the gym and Journey's there, there's always a smile from ear to ear, and she, no matter what your day's been like previous, she puts you in a good mood. She's just amazing. But her mom is a single mom with several kids and just has been struggling to keep her in gymnastics. She's been cleaning our gym in exchange for tuition. And when we earned that money, and Jeff and Jasmine were both behind us changing our efforts, because originally when we started that fundraiser, we were going to piggyback on what Xana's cousin Sheldon had put together for the family through the college. And we sent, I think all told, we sent close to $3,000 to the University of Idaho. Well, that fundraiser has made tens of thousands. So thank you to all the community for supporting that. There will be people who go to college in Xana's memory and get the help that they need. Jasmine had wanted us, because she saw the award that we gave out, the Xana Kernodle Inspirational Award. She saw that and loved it and wanted us to scholarship somebody through fundraising efforts. When we got that blessing from Jasmine and Jeff, and that money came in, my wife and I were talking, we were like, Journey. There was just no Journey. Journey's the one. She wasn't going to be able to compete this year because her family wasn't going to be able to afford it. Now with the funds that you guys sent us, we can pay for the whole thing. And so I called Journey's mom and told her about the T-REV gang and what you guys were doing. And she broke down in joyful tears and just, thank you so much. I've been struggling so hard. This is a answer to prayers. So yeah, she is so appreciative, and Journey is so deserving. And and I know another one of your listeners last week was like, we want to follow this girl throughout her, and I promise you, we are going to, at all of her competitions, we're going to send you scores, results, and maybe some videos of her competing. And that won't start until January, but count on it. You will be following Journey's journey this season, thanks to your guys' efforts.
Because, her mom, you said her mom was like real upset. Journey's mom?
Not upset.
Joyful upset.
Yeah. But she broke down when I called her on the phone. She was sobbing. She was so happy that her daughter was going to be able to compete, because she,
it's expensive.
Gymnastics is not the cheapest sport out there, but it's an amazing sport, and Journey is so good at it. And thanks to you guys, she's going to be able to do what she should be doing. And I see that question, and that's our goal now, is to continue generating that scholarship fund to keep Journey going, because she's very young. She's going to have years of this in front of her, and and if the fundraising continues to grow, maybe we can provide others. So
it's such a good thing, and I'm glad it's all in Xana's memory. And this is the hard part. When did both of you find out, the family?
Well, I had heard about it before they had released the names. And I was just kind of wondering, because I went to school in the Coeur d'Alene area. So, personally, I know probably hundreds of kids that go to the U of I. So just knowing there were 4 kids that died, I was like, who's it going to be? What are they going to announce? And I was in the office at work. He wasn't in yet. And I just remember they released the names and just seeing her name. I broke down. My mom was in the room with me. I'm gonna cry again. Anyways, and I just made that phone call to him, and then we cried on the phone for probably half an hour together.
Yeah, that was a hard. So just like Sydney said, Sunday, I still have apps on my phone following. I grew up in Spokane, Washington, and that's the city that provides all the news for that region. And so I still have, Cage Q app on my phone and the Creme 2 app on my phone. And so, we had known that there had been murders in Moscow, but Xana's name never even came up in the thought process, because who could kill Xana? She was just such an amazing kid. I knew that 4 people had died at the University of Idaho, but when Sydney called me and said, Dad, did you hear who it was? I'm like, no, but the fact that she was calling me and asking me that made me a little. And then she said Xana, and I was like, it was like being, I remember distinctly feeling like I'd been kicked in the stomach, except the nausea that being kicked in the stomach created went on for months.
I can only imagine. And this is somebody that's been at your house, and Sydney's, you hung out with her and you trained her and you've been around her, Todd, and the whole family. I'm like, what are your guys' thoughts on the case, where it's at right now? I know you guys are probably keeping an eye on it. It's sad, man. I think they're going to get the justice they deserve. I think they got the right person. Some people don't. But what are you guys' thoughts on where it's at this point?
I think the people who don't think they have the right person, I don't know what probable cause affidavit they read, but it's not the same one I read, or they're just contentious people who are always trying to cause people problems, who just always want to be part of controversy. Because here's the bottom line to me. As soon as the prosecutor comes in and shows that knife sheath with his DNA on the button, which obviously he tried to clean that knife sheath, but you unclasp it and then underneath, he missed it. He didn't get that part. He didn't get it clean. And that's laying on the bed between the first 2 victims. Okay, right then and there, when that prosecutor presents that information, my reasonable doubt is gone. And now the defense is going to have to convince me of another reason why it's there. And come on. somebody from a town 10 miles away at a different university, somebody sought him out to frame him. Give me a break. I do believe, after reading that probable cause affidavit and then hearing other things that were found through via the search warrants and different things that have leaked out, and I don't think we even have a tip of the iceberg of the information that they have on him. But yeah, his phone records, it's obvious that he took frequent trips to Moscow to stake that whole thing out. And then, why is your phone off? I mean, who gets up at that time of the morning to turn their phone back on? I mean, he committed the murders. He thought he could outsmart everybody, and no. I truly believe with all my heart they got the right person, and I just wish they'd let me be on the firing squad, but I don't think they will, because I'll miss the chest and I'll go for the stomach, and never mind, I better stop.
Thank you, T-REV. I am so excited.
Hi, my name is Xana and I'm 12 years old.
Hi, my name is Sydney and I'm 13 years old.
So today we're going to be introducing our new YouTube channel. Basically we're going to be posting I did that one for a blooper. I had to.
To the voiceless, people get killed for other stupid choices. Standing up for the families that took a loss. This something that we find important. Rep game strong, chest up. Little homie, keep your head up. You can be whatever you want. Get rid of the fake and it will lead up. All my life I strive for greatness. I manifested my time with patience. People try to copy us, but respect is earned. It's not an obligation. I love the fam and they love me back, and that's why I always have the backs. I give a voice to those people who were never given a chance by them slimy cats. When you come here, you ain't a number to me. I really take time to read what I see. Don't forget to lock your doors, cause there's danger all up in these streets. Y'all really put life into the air that I breathe. I really am thankful for all of my peeps. Your loyalty means a lot to me, so this is a special thank you from me.